Stock Open side. And what can you say about Terry Blackbourn, Shullsburg, Wisconsin? Extremely armed and dangerous. Now, this is the 903 Cummins we talked about earlier, the V8, and the lone V8 we got in the class this afternoon.
Not much he has not done in the sport, not just in super stocks. They work on single charger class tractors as well, with a history of winning and success. You do notice the misting come out. You see the two stacks. There is a third one that is short down in there that is chopped off for aesthetic reasons, but there are 3 atmospheric chargers up there, all venting. Hello, just to remind you that I'm
here. What a shot right there, and we talk about the sound out of that V8, and it is something you will never forget for sure. We heard it growl coming down through there. And this is kind of in the battle here with Colin and with Terry Blackbourn here with the V8. And they have battled back and forth here over the years, and like we talked about earlier, Terry puts one on here this afternoon. New leader, 3:22 and 24. The Super Stock Open.
And a typical Terry pass. Wheels up, then a single tap down, and then it's over.
Yeah, 4-time champion. Shullsburg, Wisconsin, the extremely armed and dangerous Case International MX 335. 903 Cummins underneath the hood. Oh, yeah, Terry Blackbourn, 4-time Grand National Champion with that tractor right there. And that shows you why. Absolutely. Great run there for the Mike Chizik-owned entry.
Zach Howell turned into number 325.76 with a New Holland 325.76, puts him in the number 5 spot.
All right, looks like we're going to stretch it out a little bit further. 3:36.48 for Terry Blackbourn. 3:36.48, and he will stretch it out just that much further.
Super Stock Open, well, we got a couple, but I don't know if we're going to beat the clock here.
Yeah, we'll wait and see here from our officials down there trackside. Our official NTPA will let us know.
Yep, word comes in through radio. They're stopping on the Super Stock side as well.
Okay. So for safety fans, we'd advise you seek some shelter here. We'll see if we can wait out this storm. Going to go into a holding pattern here. We'll keep you abreast as far as what is happening. Ho, ho, ho. Terry Blackbourn really winding up the 903 Cummins here tonight. Extremely armed and dangerous. Going after Colin Ross here tonight. 379.99, the mark to beat. As we'll take a look here on the replay, Terry's run, but just look at the tire speed on Extremely Armed and Dangerous here tonight for Terry Blackbourn. Makes his way down the track here. And yeah, looks like going to come up a little bit short at 3:39 and 62. So 3:39 and 62. So number 3 spot behind his teammate, Cody Chizik. So working our way through the Super Stock diesel trucks.
Scheduled next to come to the track, but the truck that is fired up and ready to come up is
absolutely go crazy over it, and really good.
So Terry Blackbourn, Shullsburg, Wisconsin, the Extremely Armed and Dangerous. This is the 903 Cummins, the V8, only one we got in the class this afternoon. Of course, a 4-time Grand National Champion with this tractor here over the years. And going to work that right side once again. All right, good run there for Terry Blackbourn, but we did hear about a half track or so got up on one wheel there, I would have to say.
I think he had to get on the brake there just a little bit, which allowed that left tire to come up out of the ground. And yes, as you said, one wheel, so kind of lost some momentum there, but tractor definitely sounded good. And it looks like he's going to be in front of Cody, but hopefully that holds up.
All right, so did make a change over here on the pit side with the Super Stock Open class, and Terry is going to turn that run down. So we got a distance here of 3:13 and change. We'll get officially the distance here on the replay. But as you said, got on that brake and kind of upset the tractor a little bit there. So Terry finishing up number 4 last night, so 3:13.08, and he is going to drop that as our test puller. So we'll bring him on back.
He's got 2 tractors to cool off pretty quick here with only 6 in the class. They're
dropping like flies. I think we're down to 5 now. We had Barry Elliker that was supposed to be out, and he did not make it. Boy, been heavy attrition here on the Super Stock Open class. Terry Blackbourn, the guy that's done this pretty much forever, against the Rosses there. And, of course, Dad Jody's been around a long time as well, so you got to – but, of course, Terry working the alcohol side of things, and, of course, the Rosses with the diesels over the years.
Yep, hopefully he got it cooled down enough to get the thing lit and make a nice pass. I'm sure he'll try everything in his power to ensure he makes a decent pass for sure. So I noticed they put the Metos tires back on Cody's tractor after running Firestones for so long, so I'm sure they're figuring that out. And then I know Terry still runs the Firestones on the back of his, so we'll see what kind of pass he can make here.
What kind of temperatures are we looking after a run with an alcohol tractor, Brandon?
So down the track, you're going to be running 1250, 1300 degrees with intake temperatures upwards of 500. So, you take that across the cast iron motor, they're going to build some heat.
He's going to get down here. Now 3:48.81 was the mark to beat here in the Super Stock Open class. And we will wait officially. But from here, Brandon looks a little bit short.
Yeah, I think he's going to come up a little bit short, find himself in that second spot. And definitely made a good run. Better pass now than it was on the first one for sure. So hopefully everything checks out good and they live to pull another day.
So 3:24.36 for Terry this afternoon. We'll put him in that number 2 spot here. So that looks like that will conclude the class this afternoon. Is not sure what happened. We should have John Raymond.
On the line on the Super Stock Open side, your defending Grand National Champion from Shullsburg, Wisconsin, Terry Blackbourn, extremely armed and dangerous. Alcohol fueled V8 power under the hood of this Case IH out of the Cheezick stable, Blackbourn Racing Components.
Right down the pike, fans, Terry Blackbourn.
Vintage Terry Blackbourn. Oh, my goodness.
Motored right out the end.
Right on back in the seat. He just sat there with his front tires up in the air and just on cruise control. And that makes things really awesome for that pull-off. That should be 4.
Yep.
3, 8, 4, and 6.
On the north side, a new leader, the Thorn, at 3:23.36. less than a foot. He'll knock Bill Voorhees back to second place. So your new leader.
Let's run Terry here real quick.
Your winner in the Superstock Open class out of Sholesburg, Wisconsin, extremely armed and dangerous, Terry Blackbourn.
Northside leading distance set by the kid, the Under the Influence ride out of Hillmar, California. But Terry Blackbourn right now, let's see what he's got for us this afternoon.
Yeah, he's in that catbird seat to win that ring here. Yesterday's winner, that 903 Cummins V8, of course, 8,000 pounds maximum weight of these Superstock Open tractors. You can run diesel, you can run alcohol, 650 cubes is the max, and they'll run up to 4 turbochargers, about 5,000 horsepower.
Oh, Northside, look at that, look at that, look at that.
And Terry Blackbourn doing Terry Blackbourn things, fans.
361 and 2 for the extremely armed and dangerous. That's your new leader there. He's out the gate. Let's see if anyone else is going to have that happen here as we celebrate the 58th Annual National Tractor Pulling Championships.
Coming out of the state of Illinois, that's southern Illinois. If you were traveling across I-64 from Evansville towards the St. Louis area, you'll drive right through Wayne County.
Oh, loaded for bad.
I just have to think that would just be fun to do one time. Just a storybook ride. I told him last night there were a couple of storybook passes, and I'll just give you a credit again. That thing is just on a rail. No question about it. And in the points race coming in, he was just a couple of points back. Today he'll gain some significant points here as well, as we are in this pull-off now on the north side.
So the 903 Cummins V8 underneath the hood of this Case International MX335. And what can you say about Terry Blackbourn? Been there, done it, and done it again.
Absolutely.
So right now gunning for his teammate, Cody Chiswick, 369.61, the mark to beat here. Take a look at some of the great fans here at the Champaign County Fairgrounds enjoying a beautiful evening of pulling action. We're here live on Full Pull Live. Dan Mayer, Jesse Petro joining me here tonight. So 2 left to go in our Grand National portion here of our Enderley Pull-Off, 38th Annual. Right there, you called it, Jesse.
Yeah, I think it had mechanical issues in the engine there. It definitely laid over on him there. That's for sure. It was actually on a pretty good looking run there. It looked like, but it definitely nosed over and stopped pretty quickly.
Yeah, tough break there for Terry Blackbourn here tonight. Sholesburg, Wisconsin, extremely armed and dangerous as he'll come up short. As we have got the diesel, our final tractor of the afternoon session here.
297.04 for Terry Blackbourn, 297.04.
So we take a look there. At that point, things are looking good. 297.04 the distance here, but yeah, right there.
Yeah, it just laid over.
Tough break there for Terry Blackbourn tonight, as we'll put him in that number 3 spot. So congratulations, Colin Ross, as he'll pick up his second career NTPA Superstock Open win. Considered Armed and Dangerous of Cody Chiswick will finish up in that number 2 spot. The John Deere 50-20 there of John Raymond will finish up number 3. Terry Blackbourn will be in that number 5 spot, and then Alan Babel will fill in that number 4 spot at 3:06:32. So congratulations to Colin Ross.
All right, everybody look here. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Greg Randall, NTPA Executive Director. I'm joined by Charles Posch, my co-host on the NTPA Championship Polling Series presented by Case IH on RFD TV and NTPA Voice during the summer. Charles is going to be an integral part of something we want to talk to you about coming up Friday, December 5th and Saturday, December 6th in Orlando, Florida. It's the NTPA Grand National Convention and Awards Banquet. It's at the Doubletree Orlando at the entrance of Universal Studios. We're excited to be down there. It's a great location, and we're going to have a lot of great things coming up at that convention banquet. We're going to have a band on Friday night, reception. We got a promoter seminar. We got competitor seminar. A lot of different programs we're putting together. And on Saturday night, Charles and Dan Schreier will be emceeing the Grand National Awards Banquet.
This event's open to all of our Grand National competitors and their families. Those of you in Regions 1 and 2, well, we've got a special banquet scheduled for Saturday, January 10th. Stay tuned for details to come forth on that. And for those of you who are fans of NTPA Championship Polling, we want you to celebrate with us the 2025 season as well. We will be live streaming on fullpoll.live. We'll be able to log in there and find more details when it becomes available. We want you to celebrate our champions with us.
Without all of our competitors and fans, we wouldn't be the greatest motorsport in the world. Thank you for being a part of the NTPA family, and we look forward to seeing you soon.